conversation, and on this segment, we have a different conversation. We're looking at progressive governance in Lagos. Lagos State has been regarded as Nigeria's economic nerve center and one of Africa's fastest growing megacities. Over the years, successive administrations have pursued policies aimed at strengthening institutions, expanding infrastructure, and improving the quality of life of residents, an approach often described as progressive governance. Today, we'll take a closer look at what progressive governance truly means for Lagos. And, having that conversation with me this morning is Public Affairs Analyst Razak Olokoba. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Ramadan Kareem, have you seen this?
Yes,
Have you seen this season?
Yes.
Okay. Now, let's understand this progressive governance in Lagos. Some analysts say Lagos has followed a consistent development plan since 1999. Would you agree that this continuity is what has made Lagos progressive?
That's correct. And as expert in political science, let's distinguish between developing government and progressive government. Development, you have good healthcare facility, good road, but the work security is working. But progressive, there are three types of government. You have the reactionary government, we have the conservative, and we have the progressive government. That's academic definition of the three. It then means that progressive governance means what kind of engagement are you having with the people in terms of respect for rule of law.
Okay.
Then you have the social contract that binds the people and the government together.
Okay.
How is it faring? In social contract, the SARS is only layer 2. There's a particular social contract where it is the people that decide mostly. Another layer is one that it is jointly with the government. A layer is when the person in power. I have the name, but because of time, let us student. So, do we then have such in Lagos? It means that when you see people, government taking permission from the populace before taking a decision, that's one of the features of progressive governance.
Taking permission like town hall meetings.
Town engagement and things like advocacy. Even if you know that what you are doing is correct, you still talk to the people. And that is what distinguishes Lagos.
Okay.
It's assumed that you want good road, and I've done good road for you. It's assumed that you want security to be good. That's development. But when you say progressive is that respect your government have for you. And if you tabulate what government has done in Lagos and that the federal government plays side by side, you say that Lagos take the lead even before federal government. There are so many things going on federal government since 1999 did that. If you come to Lagos, you then wonder why is the federal government not taking example from Lagos. And I give an example, the tax. When Tinubu was going, he put a framework of taxing system. People are new to tax because of the oil money. So immediately Fashola came, I was part of the advocacy for the tax thing to educate people. They can wake up and start taxing people. It's legitimate. But it's one of the features of governance that is progressive to talk to you that there's no free meal again, free town. You must pay for the service we render. If there's no tax, government will not work. So, by and large, if you have progressive government, there's no how it's not going to lead to development. Because the two of you, in the social contract, the government and the people, you agree. So, whatever that comes out of it, you are going to defend it. When last man was giving challenge, it's new to obey traffic law, it's new. But because we agreed together with government that this is chaotic, we can't continue our life like there must be last man. So when last man came on board, and people start saying that these people, they are troubling us, I said, no, we agreed though. And we must remember the picture of Lagos during the military era. It's chaotic. In fact, you travel from Bega to Ibadan, come back. Some people will be at the same port. It has happened to us several times in Lagos. But because of the progressive governance, they put a transport policy in place that is working. And when your transport is working, it's development. That means your production time is put to use. You spend 3 hours from your production time to office. On your way back, 3 hours, even if you are closed. There's no how you can be productive the next day. So what we are saying in essence is that Lagos has become a recurring example for other states. And what is responsible because of the progressive style of governance that they have operated as against reactionary and the conservative style of governance.
I like the fact that you touched on transportation and traffic management, which is one of the sectors that has seen a lot of reforms with initiatives like the rail project and, of course, the LASMA, which you mentioned. Lagosians are still asking for more, and gap still needs to be bridged. So what do you think should still be done in the area of transportation and traffic management in Lagos?
Yeah, of course, you are right. There are more demands from the people. And from the perspective of ecology of public administration, it means the environment of public administration, demands are increasing. So how do we confront it? It means
demands
that
are increasing, we have more people.
Yes, yes. And the danger for Lagos is even that the more your state is developing, the more you suffer the penalty and the consequence, because the neighboring states are not doing as much as you want. So you become a center of attraction. And there's no rule for exit and entrance and exit. It's a republic. You can come in and go out. The population of people that are coming to Lagos, since we have done the tabulation in 1994, till today is increasing. Lesser people leave, higher people come in. So it's expanding rapidly. So you need a government that has a thinking cap on its head. And that is why Lagos has been very, very lucky since 1999. There's always the policy that we will be planning from the future. Lagos don't plan for the future. They plan from the future. What does that mean? They have a projection.
Future to now.
Yes, future to now. That's a projection.
Okay.
A projection that in so time we will hit 100 million.
Okay.
Then what is Lagos doing about that? Lagos is beginning to talk to landlords now, indirectly, that the time will come, you have to give up your house. There's IIC is coming on the way. Then we'll give you a section of, if you have 4 flats, I can give you 20 flats, when we have 100 flats in it. The remaining 80 flats belongs to the government. We have to prepare our mind towards that. Landlord will gain more, government will gain more, people will gain more. Since all of us want to live in Lagos. And that's why, since 1999, the Enro project, which is a power sector, about just sabotage it. I don't know why a state like California in Africa will have the future. Then you use club to hammer it that you will not develop. The same thing local government creation. So the power sector, we knew at the time that national grid will be collapsing. We knew, Lagos knew. The citizens in Lagos knew. So we keep encouraging Lagos, keep planning from the future. So we knew it to happen. So transportation too. We will be needing increased consumption of power. The railway is power driven. It's energy driven. So like I say that we have a state where we are consistently lucky with the governors we've been having.
Okay.
If you have governors sleep 7 hours in a day, we are in trouble. No governor of Lagos sleeps with 4 or 5 hours. A Lagos state governor 3, 4, 5. I don't know how they survive, because it's constantly on the move. It's constantly planning.
Thinking,
So to that extent, we need to stay the posture we have as a people of Lagos, where we become the watchdog, where we create a barricade around our government that we have to trudge them on to keep doing more. And what's the best way to keep encouraging your government is to pay your tax. You must be willing to pay tax. If you live in a state like Lagos and you think that manna is falling from heaven, you are not patriotic. So the best way to ensure this thing is going on, your own is able to die from the source, so you don't have option. But you have to encourage others to also pay tax. Look at the tax dragnet as much as you can, as low as you can, since they are not coming to you. Go to them and say that I want to pay tax. So, and 2 is that the sanitation exercise that is being introduced now. We can't be telling government is going in the wrong direction all the time.
If we do not take responsibility.
Yes, the environmental sanitation issue now. We are supposed to be the one that should be preaching the policy now. The government needs to do more. God has been restriction. Scientists, researchers has come to a conclusion, a popular conclusion that any policy without enforcement, it will be half a successful. So to that extent, there's the need, if you want transport to move freely. The refuse on the road occupies almost half of the road. What is responsible? It's not because Lagos is not doing its best. The vehicular movement in Lagos is obstructing those carriers of refuse on time. It's not because they are not working. We have it all over Lagos. But they can't move because of refuse. So do you hold government responsible for that? So this sanitation exercise, we want the government to do more. Be assertive in the enforcement and restrict so that our road network, priority can move. So there are some places in Lagos that priority can no longer move freely because of this refuse. So we got a government that is thinking, a critical thinker, a strategic thinker, that keep doing more in terms of transportation. And that's what can aid economy. See, production is what determines the prosperity of a nation. If there's no production, what makes production successful? What makes it seamless? Is transportation. All agent, moving of your good, coming to see you for transaction, engagement, is transportation. So that it is one of the cardinal principle policy of Sanwo-Olu. It shows clearly that the guy in the man in town now, the sheriff in town now, clearly understand what's the next thing in the life of Lagos people. And that's why, if you look at the leading economy in the world today, you have telecoms, you have oil and gas, you have all agent, so that we don't waste your time. It plays a central role, all agent. It plays a central role. So you must keep talking about transportation all the time. That's why we have blue red lane. Because all the road, landmass that has been assigned for construction road is being consumed in Lagos.
And we also have our
so there should be alternative.
We also have our ferries.
Yes, there should be alternative.
Yeah.
Train, water, transportation, and road.
Okay, you've talked extensively on transportation and traffic management, and you've also established that there is a link between development and a progressive government. And of course that the state government here in Lagos is proactive. So now you touched on population. Because of the level of progress in Lagos, we have increased population. People keep coming in, because everybody likes where he's working, And I want us to talk about education now, to talk extensively on education. Just this morning we read the state government, is hoping to enroll about 50,000 out-of-school children through the $25 million education fund. And this is, if you ask me, my personal opinion, this is a proactive step. If we must continue to boost development, taking care of out-of-school children, I'd like you to lend your voice on this too.
Well, as a teacher, I know the importance of education, so that extent that it's an equilibrium to any other thing. There's no education, you won't know how to secure your state. There's no education.
There's no nation.
There's no nation.
Yeah,
so
exactly,
let's say that there's no nation.
There's no nation.
And that is why the parents has a role to play in this regard. When we were growing up, there's a community parenting where school dropout the tolerance is almost zero.
Yes.
Why do we have school dropout now?
Exactly.
It's not the job of the government only. There's a limit to which enforcement agency can pick a child on the street and say you must go back to school. There's a limit. The parents have ganged up against the system that is supposed to work. You see, looking at the example of the rest of the world.
I want you to expatiate on that. Are you saying some parents do not even want their children to go to school? The kind of training we give our children, we have to be assertive. You must let your children know that the only property I have for you is your education. But the levity to which we handle children these days is a problem. It's going to be a problem for us in the future. The rest of the world, they have institution for everything. If you don't go to school, you become something in society, they have institution for you. If you don't manage your marriage very well, there's institution for it. If a child is laughing too much, they have institution for him. If he's beating his parents, they have institution. In Nigeria, there's no institution. Our institution is our cohabitation as a people. It's the culture. That culture
is very challenging. And that's why I talk to all parents now that education is important. And it starts from the way you talk to your children at home to take education serious when it gets to school. This is a lifeline. You must train the children to respect teachers, a children to respect institutions at our own time. Maybe before our parent is our teacher. Maybe before any other person, maybe it's our teacher. So this is a lifeline, and that lifeline has to be taken serious by parents. It makes no sense of it when public schools, with the money they spent on it, all of that things, your student goes to public school in Lagos and is not brilliant. That's a waste of resources, and that's to do with parents, because we were also 40 in the public school those days. We were also 50s. We were also the same number that we have, and we come out to flying colors. I went to private school right from my primary school days, but I have friends who went to private school. We speak the same good English. We turn out in society to work at par in terms of intelligence and brilliance. So Lagos State, if you are spending this kind of money, they have to step up their level of moral standard for parents. There should be a bar. If you are coming to public school, there must be level of a discipline that a child must maintain, because public school should be dropping grant. So, and that is when the reward for the things you are doing for children will show. They come out and become productive. They come out and become leaders of society. They come out and understand the importance of a role model, which is missing. So that you will lead the country at your own time, but you may not lead well if you don't have a role model. If you don't listen to mentorship, that you must mentor. And that's to do with parents. 90% of this one has to do with parents. So that assimilation will be easy. When you first train your child at home, and the things the government is bringing in terms of education, which is just ordinary facility. To easy for government. Yeah. So it's important. There must be that back. I know when this happens in Lagos, it ignites the entire country. So that back, public school those days, you know what it is. We have special teachers that if it's in the school, no child will misbehave. We must come down to that era. We must not eradicate it. That's why I've challenged juvenile delinquencies in America and London that you use as example to train our children. If you read sociology now, you make free money because their children are not well trained. You got everything. So is that our model? That should be our model. The women of God preach it down in abroad, and you don't do it to our children. This is dangerous.
But we're moving close to that. Anyway, that is
we are coming back to it.
That is not the discussion.
No, we are coming back to it.
That's not the discussion.
And there's no country that can prosper with a borrow culture. There's no country. And the only country that's addicted to borrowing people's culture is African people. So we need the government of Lagos State government to set that discipline. That if I'm spending this kind of money on you, I can't be seeing your children outside. What are they doing outside? Exactly. So if there's an agency that's going to be responsible, then fine, let it be responsible. And tell the parent in the meetings that if you know your children don't want to enjoy the facility, don't let them come to school. We have to come back to that era. We have to come back to that.
Now let's look at population pressure, which you touched on, briefly earlier. With Lagos population, which continues to grow rapidly, how well is the government policies, managing this population explosion in Lagos, since we're talking about progressive governance?
The first thing is, which I want to say frankly, is that courage is not enough from the Lagos State government. Yesterday, today, I don't want it to be tomorrow. To first admit that the number of people in Lagos has exceeded the numbers that are supposed to be in Lagos. We have to keep hammering it. They are silent about it. You can't be silent about it. When you put a load on your head that is, it's going to be killing. When Tinubu was there, we have to engage Tinubu that the influx of people in Lagos, make noise about it, so that anybody can come with his own state and bring his problem here. And the little thing that you are doing, you say, look at Lagos State government.
Exactly, which was what we talked about.
Look at what Lagos State government. The state is bending backward to manage the overpopulation issue, challenge. So the government must first admit, that courage should be there to first admit that we are training too much children in our school. We are carrying too much refuse. We are over providing security and healthcare facility is under stress. Now, you then proceed from that. You see, when all of us have that kind of understanding, the citizens and me, they will understand what the government is doing. And when there's the time for you to go get kudos, you will get it. It's not automatic that when you get to Lagos, all your problems should be solved. No.
But that's the thinking. Now, that's why people keep trooping into Lagos.
Is the position Lagos government has taken. How many taxes are even collected from people that you think you are going to be making more money?
How many people are paying this
so
tax?
When you proceed from that point of view that no, this small parcel of land, and we are taking almost half of the population of Lagos, 10% of Nigeria, 10%. Then you then flow from that. When you flow from that, any policy that comes after that, we are going to examine it together at a public engagement. Like I said, before the turn of century, we are going to clock 100 million the way we are going in Lagos. Where is that land? So prepare your mind that your ancestral homes will go one day, and it's not going to go without reward.
No, some people will have to go back to where they're coming from. Some people that their governors are dashing SUVs to community leaders.
No. When you sustain this advocacy that Lagos is saturated, people who have packed back to start coming, once they hear that, they will improvise. No, it's better I live my life here. So, but it starts from the fact that we must first admit as a people that this is we are overpopulated. Then any policy that will come after that, all of us will make it work. Like sanitation exercise now. People are saying, how can you receive? And I wonder why some people just feel that every right must be enjoyed. And they might have a right to wear clothes. They didn't apply for that right. They still walk about naked. But unlike human being, you are supposed to wear clothes. You say you have to walk naked. You are supposed to eat meat. You start eating that because of rights. Did you see a lion eating grass? No. Carnivorous animal will not change their way of. It's still this human being that will say that I have the right to go and challenge what is working in court. You can't be challenging with the population in Lagos. You can't be challenging some of those things to sanitation. It's important. And somebody go to court about it.
Lagos is dirty.
It will be dirty. And you can't hold the government responsible for that.
Alone, yes.
You must assign a day for sanitation. The step taken by Lagos is very commendable. It's commendable. They need to do more. 2 hours is more. Make it 4 hours.
No, 2 hours.
In Lagos.
It's okay.
You want 2 hours sanitation in Lagos?
6:30
the vehicle that will quickly go and drop your refuse. Do you know how many refuse you generate in Lagos? To go, come. Before you know, just say that dropping in 2 hours is gone. I'm not saying that. I'm saying this as a chartered public administrator. I have understudied the model all over the world. I have placed side by side. It can't work. 2 hours can't work. You keep having refuse. You think they don't want? Do you know millions of dollars they spend in parking refuse? So, and it's not going to go away. So for me, population control, one, to admit, then policy. Then there's no how we are going to say it more than the way we have been saying it.
Okay.
Lagos should have a status that is called special status.
Special status.
Not on citizenship. She say if you stay a certain time in Lagos, you are citizen. No, that's not what we are talking about. Me, I'm from Kwara. I can't change where I come from in the name of what? So if you are not from Lagos, no matter how long you live in you are not from that place. Do you know countries who operate the model that if you are born in a country, you are the citizen? Do you know why they do that? So that they can be fighting Iraq and Iran war for them. People who fight Iran and Iran war for America, you think they are immigrants?
They are all Americans.
Russia don't do that. China don't do that. India don't do that. So why will you be doing that too? So special status for Lagos, where special fund will be allocated to Lagos. And I want to speak to the soul of other Nigerians too. Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, Ijo, all of us have the backbone of our economy in Lagos. But the moment you want to say special status, then people still start finding it. Nations don't develop like that. When you read things with sentiment, the California is about the 7th or the 9th economy in the world today. It's a state in America. So if this is the kind of thinking they have, they won't have that. So for us as a people too, we must be objective in certain demands. The Niger Delta people, I led many protests on the street of Port Harcourt because of their derivation formula. 30% from the oil money, let's give it to them. On that second, day, I will still go this year again to go and demand for more. So why won't I lead protests for Lagos? That there should be special status. So that the population inclusion that we are talking about will be taken care of. All these things, the money Lagos State is making. Go and look at it. It's not enough to take care of this endless and increasing population.
Let's talk about the money Lagos is making. You know, Lagos prides itself with its internally generated revenue. How has this financial independence, helped sustain progressive governance?
It's good to say that I'm making money. But don't always give the body language that I'm making money. So if you have a problem,
okay.
So if you have a problem in Ogun and Ondo, come take care of it. Don't see that body language is important. Because each time they say Lagos is generating, so I say these people are looking, they are creating problem for themselves. But it's an inspiration for that state
to do more
that are not doing so. And if we are a country that have, can I use that word? Have responsible leadership in their own state, that should be an inspiration for them too. Lagos, how are they doing it? And before, we are funny people in this country saying because it was a former capital. Lokoja was a former federal capital territory. Lokoja.
Cross River.
No, Lokoja was the first.
Okay,
before Calabar.
Before Calabar, yes.
Now Lagos.
Yeah.
So why is Lokoja not like Lagos? Why is Calabar not like Lagos? All of them have coastal access.
Yes,
Lokoja have. Calabar have. So it's just that the Lagos people are serious about their life. The stakeholders are committed, strategic, and they have a blueprint. Go have a blueprint in your own state too.
Exactly.
So
even if you don't have,
if you go and create one,
come and copy.
Yeah. So there's a last mile photocopy in almost all the states in Nigeria now.
Exactly.
It's there now.
Yeah.
And the taxing system, Lagos, the model, is replicated in almost all the states in Nigeria. So the money Lagos State is making is not for anybody to be transferring the burden from a state to Lagos. They are just telling you that this is governance. And also telling you that the money we are collecting from you is not ending up in private pocket. It's reflected in the pulse of Lagos. That's the message that is reflecting. And by the time you look at budget on education, environment, the security, what Lagos spend to complement security. How many contracts? I know how many innovation Lagos government has done in terms of innovation and building new institutions for police in Lagos. So if you look at all those money, this is not money. This is small. They even need more money. And there's a limit to which you can drag people to come and pay tax. There's a limit to it. Other than to say that there must be that intervention. And that is why our attitude in Lagos state government, in Lagos as a citizens, is important. So that when there are facilities coming from outside Nigeria, the sanitation exercise is part of the reason why it must work. Because when you have three most cosmopolitan cities in Africa, Johannesburg, Cairo, and Lagos, there are things they look at. Rule of law, sanitation, education, security. To sustain that, we need to maintain this kind of balance in terms of attitude from the people. So the money the government is making is a model that we need to encourage other states to also look at if they want to become like Lagos.
I like the fact that you've talked about the people and their role in also sustaining a progressive governance in Lagos. Joy, do you have me?
Okay, time is fast spent, but governance again is not just about the state. Let's also come down to the grassroots. Recently, across the local governments and LCDAs, there have been appointments of new SLGs and supervisors. And for you, what is the task that you have looking at these new appointees, and when we are also looking at progressive governance at large?
What I will encourage the stakeholders in Lagos to do is to re-establish that collaboration between states and local governments. Like getting that one directly now. We should not forgive people who compel us to create autonomy for local. Don't let us forgive them. Because they are creating problems for the governor who don't do the right thing. But it was working for Lagos. That collaboration, which is called, is it joint account, JAG, where their money is put together.
Yeah.
They must not abandon it. Because if there's no collaboration, local government will be doing road. See, State government will be doing road the F. In any case, if you are constructing local state roads, there must be that complementary road from local government. But there's no collaboration. No matter Lagos is lucky, but no matter the party you come from, you cannot afford not to work together. So the GAC in Lagos, Governors Advisory Council, because government doesn't have your time in Lagos again. The Nigerian problem is on its neck now. There's no way you will be talking about Lagos when it's running after one Boko Haram that is troubling us in Kwara. Another one, they just keep some people. So it's Kwara, Lagos that you'll be looking at all the time. So you have to sort out your problem in Lagos. So the GAC, all the party people, and the government, and the governor, with the local government chairman, must sit together to re-establish that collaboration. So that even with this education policy that the state government just rolled out, the complementary role must be there for the government, for the local government. The general hospital belongs to state government, Abi. The centers that should play a role in the life of centers, where diseases you can take care of as centers, should not be taken to them with that collaboration. But when there's no medication in centers, they won't go there. So there must be that cooperation between the two layer of government, both the state and the local, so that development will be well understood. When state does something, the lower part of it will also be complemented by local government chairman, and that is why the people must play a role here. We have to win in. We have to make that demand that your local government chairman, if you see a road that is going on, you must compel him that this road, the local that is connecting, when are you going to do it? Because it's going to be a waste.
That's holding them
accountable.
All right, it has been an insightful conversation here examining the concept and realities of progressive governance in Lagos. Thank you again, Razak Olokoba, for
it's a pleasure
sharing perspective with us. The conversation continues after this day.